Hello everyone and welcome back to 50 Ways to Die at Dr. Nick's. Last week we helped a whole bunch of people. Oh, not last week. Well, you know, anyhow, we're going to talk to Nick.
Hi.
So I'm guessing this is the part where you want to know what the fuck is going on around here.
Not at all.
So look, you're still alive, you've shown yourself to be reasonably clever, and you've repeatedly helped us out when you didn't have to. And it's not like we've been making you rich or anything.
Not at all.
That tells me you're smart and, you know, a reasonably decent person. So I'm gonna trust you and let you in on the big secret. You ready?
It's about time, maybe later, never mind, sarcastic. I say never, maybe later.
Maybe later.
Oh my god, really? Fine, come see me when you're ready.
That's not your business.
Alright, I'm ready, I'm sorry.
Hi.
Well, you're back. You ready to learn all the juicy stuff now?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it's about time.
Okay, so I, sort of have a secret laboratory and, all the details are there. There's an elevator that'll take you directly to the lab, and you can browse the archives until you're satisfied you know what's going on here. You'll need this key card to get in, and there's clean room suits in the locker before you enter the main lab area. You'll want to wear one. Come talk to me when you're done, or, you know, come out guns blazing. Your choice.
Whoa! Dr. Nick, jeez, scared me.
Curious type, eh?
Alright, so...
Need to find a card.
Not that one, then. Is this door open now? Oh, that's his tenement.
Probably not the wisest decision.
Oh, Jesus. No. Alright. Hey, Raiders. Hey, Raider kid. You coming with me, Seymour?
Damn it. Why can't this just be over?
Come on, Seymour. Alright. So last week I missed a whole bunch of references, which always happens. Namely, Pulp Fiction ones. Read Dr. Nick's memoirs. Oh boy. Oh boy, everyone. You've waited all week to see the rest of Dr. Nick's 50 Ways to Die. And now it's time to read. Get ready for reading. My God. Hooded clean room suit. I got 3. Seymour, don't open the door. Hooded clean room. You put all 3 on. Alright. Oh, wait.
Can't pick this.
Wait a minute. Okay, never mind. Seymour, come on. No, Seymour. Okay. Well. Major Turgidson. Hold on, pick it up. Next terminal password. Alright, are things gonna kill me down here? Let's hope not. Got some blooper mutants. Ooh. Canister refill tank. Refill? Yeah. Whoa. Blooper Mutant Hero Project. Alright. Oh my goodness. Trial 8. Blooper Mutant Hero interview. Oh, is he trying to make a superhero? I'm gonna take everything. I need you to move. Alright, trial 1, 2, 3. What are these trials? I want to get the first trial. Alright, is that just a static? It looks like it. Alright.
You are Grognak. You're Grognak the Bluebarian.
I am special.
Yes, my big blue friend, you are special. You're the leader of the Unstoppables. I am unstoppable! Well, I guess that's progress. I'll take it. What do you say we get some drugs in you and give this another go? I am special.
I am Blooper Mutant. Alright, so it seems like he was trying to get them to become superheroes, but let's, like, actually do it.
Lieutenant Nick Archer's one of the most capable men I have ever had the pleasure of having under my command. He is a master of infiltration, assimilation, agitation, and covert elimination of hostile targets. And his skills in virology, biotoxicology, and genetic manipulation are second to none. I can wholeheartedly recommend him for promotion to the rank of captain prior to his upcoming mission to the Mojave Desert.
Ooh.
Warmest regards, etc. Major Turgidson. Date stamp, March 15, 2275. CC Strategic Command, Enclave Department of the Army.
Oh, damn. The Enclave. Alright, Blooper Mutant, next terminal password. In the beginning, in the end. My name's Nick Archer. I was born at Control Station Enclave in 2237. My parents, Thomas and Martha Archer, were scientists and train engines. In 2242, my parents were at Camp Navaro working under Dr. Schreiber when the Poseidon oil rig was kaboom. Shortly thereafter, we traveled east with Autumn Sr. on his journey to Raven Rock, but then my parents never made it. Early 2243 in Chicago, while leaving a small theater production of Patrick and Noria, a band of raiders shot my parents down in cold blood. I was still holding their hands when they fell. Okay. So his parents... Never mind. If a local patrol hadn't come running when the shots rang out, the raiders probably would have killed me too, but they fled. I relive that moment every night in my dreams. I've carried anger with me every day since. It drives everything I do. In the shadows, I am Batman. Oh, so he's trying to make superheroes because parents got killed. Lost, orphaned, and adrift in anger and sorrow, I arrived at Raven Rock, which is funny because there's a dead raider orphan upstairs in the trap. Henry Decker, a legendary Enclave operator and the director of covert operations training at Raven Rock, must have seen something in my eyes, though, because he took me under his wing and gave me a purpose. He stoked the fires of my anger and forged me into a weapon. I still don't know whether to thank him or curse him, but he did give me purpose, and it saved my life. Henry trained me in the arts of deception and infiltration and taught me over 400 specific ways to kill a man. He also taught me the value of information, knowledge, and most importantly, wisdom. Spent a lot of time reading history books like a nerd, and a whole bunch of time reading a bunch of other nerd stuff. The anger made me what I am, an angry nerd. The dark of night. Enclave covert operations first deployed me when I was a 13-year-old boy. Using a biochemical agent I had developed myself, I neutralized an entire squad of Talon Company who had taken in what they had believed was a spirited young orphan boy by slipping the agent into their water supply. Henry Decker was like, here's a medal. Between 2250 and 75, I was deployed 128 times, and 109 times I achieved my mission objectives. Damn. 2275, I was deployed to the Mojave with the main objective of finding Enclave remnants and forging them into a cohesive fighting force. Unfortunately, I was unable to achieve that objective by the time the Enclave was defeated and Raven Rock was destroyed in 77. The Enclave had lost the war, it happens, but life goes on for the living. That trip to the Mojave, however, set the course for the remainder of my life. It was among the Enclave remnants that I met Grayson Farnsworth, a brilliant Enclave engineer, and it was at Black Mountain, the state of Utobitha, in 78 that I obtained the Master's protocols and formula for the FEV2 dipping process used to create the Nightkin. The rise of the Nightkin. Historically, Boston always fascinated me. The tinderbox that sparked the American Revolution that began the Great American Experiment seemed a fitting place for what was to come. Grayson and I arrived in 80, and I quickly established myself as a local drug dealer. Employing well-honed techniques and cocaine, me and Eddie Murphy ran this town. We then discovered Mia. In the pre-war era, she was an accomplished cat burglar, infamous for her ability to get into and out of highly secured areas without being detected. She's been an incredibly valuable addition to our team. Once I found a suitable location, I built my laboratory and began developing machines that would literally kill everyone. Also, I made a modified FEV2 dipping project, which kind of tasted like, you know, barbecue sauce and a little bit of honey mustard. It was pretty good. The Bluebird Mutant Project. Thanks to Mia, it was renamed that. As I saw it, I had two potential pools of subjects to draw from, raiders or gunners. My anger still drives me to exterminate raiders without mercy wherever I find them, so I used captured gunners. The Dawn of Justice, and these are all Batman things. I got that reference, everyone. Deploying the Bluebird mutants to eliminate raiders, gunners, and various wasteland pests has been tremendously effective. They function as a cohesive and incredibly lethal fighting force and have repeatedly performed beyond expectations in any number of combat situations. The drugs have helped, of course, but it was ultimately a matter of leadership and direction. Once the gun was loaded, it needed someone to point it in the right direction, and boom boom. The Nightkin are great at performing assigned tasks, but far less capable at the higher level tactical or strategic thinking necessary for optimal performance in the field, so ongoing human leadership has been essential. The Bluebird Mutant Hero Project has had mixed results so far, somewhat more positive than negative, but has yet to reach anything near its working potential. Open the safe! Bluebird Mutant Project password. And some money I stole. Alright. Gotta dip that sauce. Major challenge in modifying the 2-dip sauce was a 90% failure rate due primarily to the radiation exposure damage and double dipping. Previous exposure to FEV variants also gave an inoculating effect that interfered with the process. Prior FEV exposure has been minimal in the Commonwealth. Given the sufficiently large pool of potential conversion subjects, this wouldn't have presented an insurmountable obstacle, but the level of exposure necessary to produce that many suitable subjects posed an unacceptably high risk to the viability of the project. Modifying the formula to produce the current 80% success rate involved developing specific enhancements to the 2-dip sauce solution designed to amplify the effects of the and mechanisms of DNA repair, so that the detrimental effects of radiation exposure could be actively counterbalanced while the recursive growth patterns of FEV were fucking nerd, massively amplifying the levels of MGMT, the movie company, in particular led to the largest decrease in failure rate. The significant increase in the success rate has drastically lowered our risk exposure to well within acceptable levels. Propaganda in the theories. Any serious student of history understands one thing very clearly regarding propaganda. Propaganda, it just works. It takes a certain amount of deeper studies to understand how and why it works, but it works. It's also plain to see that every medium of communication ever developed in human history, and every civilized or semi-civilized society has ultimately been subverted and used for the dissemination of propaganda. There's tremendous power to be accumulated and wielded by those who can make large numbers of people believe whatever they want them to. They say that if you repeat a lie often enough, it becomes the truth. But how can the simple repetition of often ludicrously transparent lies convince so many otherwise sensible people to believe senseless things? The key lies in the early 1900s with the work of Ivan Pavlov and his magical dog, commonly called conditioned reflex. Ring the bell and the dog drools. Okay, we all know about Pavlov's dog, if you want to read it. If you don't know about Pavlov's dog, you read this right here. Basically, a guy, he made a dog drool by ringing a bell because the dogs think it was food time, but they were reacting to the bell because they're fucking dogs. Strong human emotions like love, fear, hate, pride, or candy bars are involuntary reflexes triggered by specific associations. Cuckoo bars. The specific associated triggers can vary from individual to individual, but strong emotional responses all bypass conscious thought and are thus considered involuntary. For purposes of propaganda, the fundamental key is finding pre-existing themes, ideas, concepts, and other things that trigger these strong emotional responses in large numbers of people, and then to repeatedly present these triggering themes in tandem with the new theme with which you want to create an association. Show the food, the dog drools. Ring the bell. Repeat until the new association is formed, then ring the bell, the dog drools. Simple, really. All you need are reliable emotional triggers. Want your population to love their country? Use an existing trigger that provokes a strong feeling of love and repeatedly present it with patriotic themes. Essentially, you can present the patriotic theme, ring the bell, and involuntarily provoke feelings of love. The dog drools. Want your population to hate a specific group of people? Use an existing trigger that provokes strong feelings of hate, fear, anger, disgust, and repeatedly associate with those peeps. Ring the bell, dog drools. Beauty of the process and what ultimately makes it so effective is that strong emotions completely short-circuit rational thought. So, people don't understand the process and the power it grants, and you quickly understand why every medium of communication is ultimately subverted to the dissemination of propaganda. Understand the process and observe it in action. You can fairly quickly tell what associations those who control the message are trying to create. As to why they're doing it, the answer inevitably involves the accumulation of papapas. The papapas. Every soldier knows that war means fighting, and fighting means killing. You not like fighting? It's not personal. Well, it's not inherently personal. It's just that what war is. Hurting people solely because you can, because the opportunity presents itself, well, in my book, that's just evil. Yep, and that's pretty evil. And evil by its very nature has no claim on the mercy of the righteous. I do not consider myself a righteous man, but evil will find no mercy in my heart either, only anger. My personal moral code dictates that the subjects I use for the Nightkin conversion process have clearly demonstrated by their actions that they are evil. I will not harm the innocent. I will not spare the guilty. There are two major pools of potential subjects in the Commonwealth that meet my requirements, the Raiders and the Gunners. It's because they're big old dickheads and I hate them all. And Gunners, they're kind of... they got stuff, but you can't join them, so fuck those guys. Once the subject is obtained, I use the modified memory launcher to do a basic memory wipe by inducing amnesia in the subject. Then we use guided imagery to under KD28 that is designed to repeatedly provoke strong emotional states in the subject and to create basic association triggers for each emotional state that can later be used for proper propaganda conditioning. Subjects are then placed into the FEV2 double dip sauce for conversion, kept in a semi-conscious state so they can, figure out the double dip sauce, chemically pacified using a steady supply of the KD28 compound. KD28! The antipsychotic and compliance effects induced by the KD28 are not only instrumental in effectively creating the conditions under which strong emotional triggers can be created in pre-conversion subjects after memory wipe, but it makes everything taste fucking great. The main challenge has historically been that prolonged use of stealth boy technology inevitably produces psychosis among the Nightkin. Behavioral conditioning to only use stealth boys during actual combat or stealth situations mitigates this effect, some agree, but, they keep doing it, eventually it'll happen. Consistent exposure to the KT28 compound has been shown to significantly delay the onset of this psychosis, thus greatly extending the usefulness of each subject. Propaganda and practice! Start with a blank slate and set of existing emotional triggers, and the possibilities are endless. What did I want the Blue Mutants to believe? Every widely held belief system throughout human history, whether specifically religious or secular in nature, has had a certain aspect or certain aspects of developmental progression in common. Whether we're talking about communism, fascism, or any other ism you can find, religious or secular, they all have the potential to be violent and oppressive given the right opportunity. Identifying these potentially violent and oppressive isms is merely a matter of answering the question, how do the believers treat the unbelievers? If the answer involves conflict and or violence, you can determine with great certainty that should that particular ism accumulate enough power, widespread oppression and murder will quickly follow. Given the savage nature of the times we live in, I needed to create a belief system that tapped into these fundamentally violent tendencies, a belief system of mindless fanaticism that would turn my troops into an unstoppable fighting force. The strongest and most pervasive themes throughout history centers around good versus evil. At its most basic, it's the idea that and belief that we're good and they're evil, and god dang it, we're gonna kick their fucking asses. The idea presented itself while I was clearing out what is now the basement tenement. I stumbled upon an old box that contained some Unstoppables comic books and several anti-communist propaganda posters from before the war. Who's more good or more special than a superhero? All I needed were villains, and the posters provided that. Convince your troops that anyone who opposes them is not only wrong but evil, and there is no atrocity that cannot be justified on the basis that your enemy deserves it. Condition your troops to experience easily triggered, strong emotional states, and apply the right associative conditioning using systematic propaganda, and you can convince them of anything. Using the conditioned reflex association technique and the application of some creative historical revisionism, the Bluebird Mutants now all believe that the Unstoppable comics are actual human history, that Mia, Farnsworth, and I are descendants of the original Unstoppables, and that we and the Bluebird Mutants are the new superheroes of our time. They also believe without question that communists are the greatest evil on the face of the earth, and that anyone who opposes us are communists. I only need to point the Bluebird Mutants' anti-coms at a target, and they attack with mindless ferocity. Leadership versus autonomy. It would be preferable in many ways if the Bluebird Mutants had the capacity for intelligent, tactical, and strategic thinking, but that level of autonomy would carry too great a risk of non-compliance. A weapon you can't control is a weapon you can't afford to use. So I made the deliberate decision to limit their cognitive abilities and condition them to obedience. Considering I control their education, their entertainment, I dominate every medium of communication they possess. All it took was developing a systematic approach designed to produce specific cognitive and emotional outcomes. This course of action requires far more oversight, of course, but is safer and far more effective at achieving my specific goals. Mia, Farnsworth, and I have assumed leadership roles among the Bluebird Mutants, and the propaganda conditioning has ensured absolute loyalty and obedience. The oversight requirements, however, consume far more time and effort than I would prefer, so I started the Bluebird Mutant Hero Project. And I let people... Also, you all told me that was cum, so thanks. That wasn't bird poop, that was cum. I don't know why she would just let them do that. Don't do... Mia! Ew, stop. Oh shit, wait, did I open one of their... Oh no, I didn't. Harry Potter! I want to read these, but I feel like we should probably read these first. Harry Potter! Harry Potter! Harry Potter! Harry Potter! Alright, I'm gonna read these. Yeah, I'm gonna read these. I'll probably have put a little note back at the beginning of these if you want to skip ahead. And I'll do a quick summary. Every military, paramilitary, or quasi-military organization needs a hierarchy of command in order to function efficiently. Commanders act as force multipliers for the leaders, freeing up the leaders to focus on more important matters. Unfortunately, I find myself giving orders to everyone far too often, which is why I started the Bluebird Mutant Hero Project. The main goal of the project is to transform certain Bluebird mutants into heroes, complete with increased physical stature, muscularity, distinctive skin pigmentation, and increased cognitive abilities, and then to condition and present them as leaders to the Bluebird mutants. They would then function as commanders and intermediaries between myself and the troops, freeing up the time currently spent commanding and directing them all so that I can focus my efforts on making more machines that kill people. Grognak! The first more or less successful product of the Hero Project is Grognak the Bluebarian. I was finally able to successfully adjust the balance of enzyme promoters and inhibitors in the mutagen sample to produce a viable subject. Unfortunately, his cognitive abilities are suboptimal. Rather than euthanize him, I've decided to integrate him into the Bluebird mutants on a trial basis to evaluate their response to his leadership. His increased stature and muscularity has had the desired effect of making the others naturally revere him, and his distinctive skin pigmentation also adds to the effect. He's shit when it comes to understanding and relaying orders, though, so the work continues. Manta Mutant. The second more or less successful subject is Manta Mutant. I believe I've resolved the project of reduced cognitive abilities seen in Grognak, but I have somehow created another problem. Manta Mutant has significantly reduced stature, which makes him unsuitable for the leadership role I had envisioned for him. The Bluebird Mutants' naturally instincts prevent them from seeing the physically less imposing Manta as their leader. The temporary working solution to the problem is to make Manta Grognak second in command, for me to relay my orders to Manta, and for Manta to respectfully inform and explain those orders to Grognak and to the remaining Bluebird Mutants. It will create some uncertainty and friction in the chain of command, but it's the best bad option I have right now, and work continues. Mutant of Mystery. Another setback. The new hero, designated Mutant of Mystery, broke containment after catastrophic failure of KT-28 system supplying the command to his conversion vat, and he had to be put down. Post-mortem autopsy suggests the conversion process up until that point was, at least physically, going according to plan. Unfortunately, the circumstances precluded any possibility of specifically evaluating his cognitive function, but I am hopeful I've finally gotten the mutagen balance correctly. Only time will tell. Project results. A string of failures and 2 partial successes, the scientific process in action. The latest failure contains the seeds of hope, however, and I believe the majority of the trial and error phase is behind me now. I just need Farnsworth to repair the conversion vat and KT-28 system, and to implement a functional KT-28 system failsafe so an incident like the one with Mutant of Mystery doesn't happen again. The next one is going to work, I can feel it. And then it didn't. Then a crazy super mutant got out and murdered everyone, and I gotta hunt him down. So it's always up to me. Until the system is repaired and tested, we're playing the waiting game. The Manta Mutant compromise has taken some of the pressure off, but it's not a workable long-term solution. The long-term solution is to continue the project trials and ultimately develop at least one hero that meets the necessary requirements for leadership. Once that's complete, I'll reevaluate and make a decision how to move forward. In the meantime, Mia Farnsworth and I will be continuing to take active leadership roles. I don't really fit into my outfit any longer, though Mia has done great work tailoring it to my fat ass, so I'll be assuming another persona going forward. I'm setting up a vetting process intended to find a suitable additional team member that can step into my previous role. We'll see how that goes. Oh, so I'm gonna take over, is that it? Bluebird Mutant. Bluebird Mutant Hero Program Trial 9. A canister leak stopped the flow of KT-28 into the transformation tank of Subject 9. The absence of the antipsychotic and compliance effects produced KT-28 caused Subject 9 to become highly volatile and resistant. Subject 9 broke tank containment and had to be euthanized using the kill switch. Pathological evaluation is ongoing. The mutagen number 237 trial will need to be repeated on a new subject to evaluate the vector modifications made to reduce chromosomal telomere degradation. Oh boy. Okay. Orange skin pigmentation. Less than ideal stature. Okay, so that's Manta, and this is the first one they made. Trial with success. Moderate cognitive dysfunction. Okay.
You are Manta Mutant.
I am unstoppable!
Yes, you are. You're one of the leaders of the Unstoppables.
I am Bluebird Mutant! I am unstoppable! I am special!
You got it, buddy. What do you say we move on to something a little less challenging?
Huh? What's that?
What do you say we get you some food?
I'm hungry. For human.
I think we can arrange that. How do you feel about some nice fresh commie?
Snack time!
Alright, everyone, welcome back. So basically, Nick, his parents got killed, and the Enclave, they were like, hey kid, come with us. And then the Enclave got the shit beat out of them, and then he came here, and Dr. Farnsworth was an Enclave scientist, and Mia was a stealthy lady who stole shit. And then he was like, I'm gonna make people to kill fiends and gunners, because fiends kill my parents. So then he's trying to make people who are they respect him and they kill commies, and so he's trying to convince them that they're superheroes, and that's basically what's going on. But right now, he can only create big dumb ones. He can't make smart ones, which is always the problem, you know? That whenever you're trying to make super mutants, that always happens. So that's where we are now. We're going to confront him about him being in the Enclave and all that jazz. And he wasn't always fat. That's another big thing about the story. Hey, you killed an orphan. Doesn't that go against what you... Yeah, whatever. Whatever, I don't care. Hello.
Hey.
Well, you're back. And you're not shooting, so I guess that's a good sign.
I'd say so.
Now that you know what we're up to, what do you think?
I feel exactly the same. I won't be part of this. Sounds like justice. Yeah.
It's a mess out there. Raiders are a problem for everyone. I kill them every chance I get. And I'm more than happy to stick it to the gunners. Gunners are just raiders with better armor. So what you're doing here sounds like justice to me.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, because you handled everything we've thrown at you. You've shown us that you can actually think. You can certainly handle yourself when the shit hits the fan. And basically, you're a pretty decent person.
Oh.
What I'm trying to say here is, well, fuck, we'd like you to be a part of our team.
Oh, Nick. Do you often extend invitations to join? You haven't told me half what I need to know. Why should I join you? Give me the details. Stop walking away from me. Oh, no, is that Harvey pushing you? Sorry.
So give me the details.
So the Bluebird mutants all think we're superheroes, and I've been playing the part of that man. But I've gotten so damn overweight, it's more like I'm Fat Man now. Anyway, Mia's got a new costume worked up for me, and I'm gonna make a switch to a different persona. So if you join us, you get to be that man. So what do you say? You ready to bring some justice to the Commonwealth?
Oh, I'm gonna kick some face. What if I change my mind after I join? Not sure. This is a terrible idea. It looks like I get to be a superhero.
Looks like I get to be a superhero. I'm on board. When do we start?
Well, we'll start as soon as you're ready. Welcome aboard.
We don't have to hug now, do we?
Yeah, don't get your hopes up. I'm not a hugger.
Yes.
Fingers crossed I get superpowers.
Yeah, well, don't hold your breath. The costume does come with some built-in goodies, though, so that'll have to do for now. Now, this next mission's gonna be a tough one, so...
doozy.
Here, take the costume, go get geared up, bring whatever guns you need, and come talk to me when you're ready to move out.
You can now trade items for tokens at Dr. Nick's token machine, and Dr. Nick's fantastical Vendomatic now has new items. Oh boy. What'd you give me? that man. I'm that man. Pay no attention to Mia in the corner. Oh, this is fantastic.
Well, why are you telling me all of this?
I don't know. I'm telling everyone this. All right? She's doing her yoga. Don't look at her. Don't look at her. All right, game reloaded. She's dancing.
You're not fooling me. Get lost.
She's quite clearly dancing. So why don't you calm down? Kitty, what are you doing up here, Darlene?
Get out of my way.
Darlene. Sorry, darling. I'll pet you. Sorry, I had to do that.
Hi.
So you ready to get started or what?
Actually, yeah, sure. I was born ready. I was born this way.
As long as it doesn't involve petroleum jelly and rubber gloves, I'm ready.
Yeah, hilarious as ever, but you know, before this is done, you might feel like you got it in the ass.
Wait, what?
Yeah, anyway, you look good in the costume. Before we get started, though, I want you to get into the whole superhero mood. So give me your best superhero voice and show me what you've got.
It's time.
You have taken your last life, villain.
Hey, that's pretty good. Now try this one. Because I'm that man.
Because I'm that man.
Well, damn, I think you're ready. Anyway, I'm glad you're ready because this is going to be a tough one. Our target calls himself the Quisling, and he sort of straddles that line between genius and fucking insane.
Like you?
He's gathered a large number of raiders together and they've taken over Libertalia and turned it into a fortress. We need to get in there and take them out before they consolidate any more power.
Any idea how many raiders? We're gonna attack them. We'll have the element of surprise. What's the plan?
Any idea how many raiders we're talking about?
Yeah, how many raiders are in a fucking shit ton?
Alright.
What's the plan?
I'm sending in a group of blooper mutants to take up stealthy positions. You, me, Mia, Farnsworth, Grognak, and Manta are gonna attack the place head on.
What about the cats?
And once we see what their defenses are like, we'll make tactical decisions at that point. Farnsworth has rigged up a comm system in the costumes, so I'll be able to relay any changes directly to everyone.
Have we got a plan B?
Yeah, plan B is we bug out and nuke them from a distance. It's the only way to be sure. But you know, I'd really rather avoid that if at all possible.
It's a good plan. If we make it back.
Well, that remains to be seen. Let's head out.
I want to see what. I want to see what Nick's costume's gonna be. Oh man. Oh man. Oh. Yes. Oh God, cat lady. Oh no. Jesus Christ.
Excuse me.
My back hurts, my feet hurt, everything hurts.
The Gray Shroud.
Hi.
No one likes a brown noser.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody's in place and we're ready to go.
Nice dress.
Asshole. Yeah, I went for the let it all hang out look. Unfortunately, one of the things that keeps hanging out is my left testicle. So what do you say we get this thing done? So I sent in the Blooper Mutant stealth team to set the charges and take up tactical positions. And they'll be joining the assault when things start to get hot and heavy. Now we believe the Quisling is up at the top of the big ship in there, but the truth is he could show up anywhere, so keep your eyes open. Now let's go fuck up some bad guys.
Blooper mutants. Yeah, Grognak and Manta mutant.
Snack time!
Not well, yeah, I guess so.
Hi.
I'm hungry for human.
Let's get some lunch. Burn out. Fight time. Time to fight. Burn out. Fight time. Fight time. Hey. Fight time.
You're a shit duck! Get behind some!
You talking about me or you? Going for a swim. I'm that man. I'm that man who's coming for you. I'm that man shooting you with my laser gun. That man. Oh yeah, I'm that man. That man. Here I come. Gonna have some fun. That man. That man. Oh yeah. Watch out, evildoers. Oh yeah.